fouls. You obviously can't play as hands-on, face guarding, things like that. So again, the drills with JD to limit his hands and reaching will be huge. But more importantly, Arkansas has to get JD Notae to be able to play 30 minutes and not be in foul trouble for all of those. Rotationally for Arkansas, you'll be seeing that big lineup: JD Notae, Tony, Amude, Wade, and Williams start the game. First off the bench will either be Devo Davis or Chris Likes. The lineup with Davis, Tony, Amude, and Williams. Notae has been huge for Arkansas this season. Statistically, he's been more used than the starting five, with Devo coming up off the bench. But then a lot of times, you'll see Likes come in for Amude or somebody like Wade, and then you'll see Likes run point guard. So for Arkansas, really take care of the basketball on offense, push that tempo, play to your athleticism on defense, travel, and perform how you have all season. Now, I think a really good stat to look at when you're playing these mid-major teams is how did they do against similar competition to Arkansas. So this is a tweet by @BenBrandonHoops on Twitter. Definitely recommend going to follow him. He does a really good job following the transfer portal and all things Arkansas hoops. He's a basketball contributor for Arkansas Fight. But he tweeted out, though, so Vermont playing 33 games this season. Only 4 of those games were against teams that were top 125 in adjusted defensive efficiency. In those games, Vermont scored 63 points, 57 points, 58 points, and 53 points. The highest ranked team they played defensively all season was Providence at 79, and Arkansas is up at 16. Thought that was a really good stat that shows how Vermont has faced against really good defenses, because, stats can be misleading, which is why adjusted offensive efficiency and defensive efficiency have been so good at, predicting the best teams in March and national championships. Now, my prediction for Arkansas is they win this game 73-67 and cover the 5. I like Williams to have a double-double on Davis, and you may see that as a bold take, but I really think Jalen Williams is one of the premier forwards in the nation. I think they'll get him right during practice this week. Offensively, Arkansas plays to the athletic wings. I like Amude and Tony to combined score at least 20+. JD Notae likes being really athletic, quick guards, can push that offensive tempo. I think main thing, though, for Arkansas to start out early and get the lead here is to offensively, trust what you have done all season. Don't let any, pregame, anxiety or nerves, get those out of your system. And then defensively, travel. Bring that defense that they have had all season. You don't want to see those defenses that Arkansas has had against teams like Tennessee and A&M. Bring those that you beat Kentucky with. This is an Arkansas team that's 3-1 versus the top 25. One of those losses being a 4-point loss on the road without Tony. Tony, huge defensively. He should be good to go this week. Again, Arkansas's defensive level of intensity. Bring it, and you walk out of Buffalo, moving on to the round of 32. Now, the West region for Arkansas presents a lot of challenges. In the little pod that Arkansas has, Arkansas-Vermont, the 4-13, will play the winner of UConn, New Mexico State. UConn, really good 5 seed. New Mexico State as well. Great guys on that team like Teddy Allen and such. And then above, Gonzaga, Georgia State, Boise State, Memphis. Memphis, really good team, lots of talent on that roster. And then below that, in the West, is Alabama, and the winner of the play-in of Rutgers, Notre Dame, that's on tonight. Then you've got Texas Tech, Michigan State, Davidson, Duke. This is a really hard region. If Arkansas does beat Vermont, goes on to what will likely be UConn, and then has to face either Gonzaga or I think Memphis. If there's an upset there, I think Memphis does get it, but I think they'll end up playing Gonzaga if everything does play out and all these teams win. And then after that, you got to face Tech, Duke, possibly a team like Alabama if they make a run. Nothing's easy in March, though. Arkansas has to play the best if they want to be the best team in the nation. If Arkansas does get to Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final 4, it'll be much deserved. But I think Arkansas can definitely get to the second weekend. Now, I have a podcast episode up tomorrow. I'll be talking about the women's side of the NCAA tournament. Arkansas getting a 10 seed, and we'll play Utah there. So I'll talk about that. And then on Friday, I'll have the recap of the Vermont game, because that game is super late, or else I would get it out. But I think it's going to be midday Friday. I'll release that. And then I'll preview the next game as well. If Arkansas wins. Saturday, same thing for Thursday. I'll recap the Utah game and preview the next one if Arkansas wins. So stay tuned for those, though. You can find more information on all social medias at All Hogs Sports Pod on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Been putting out a lot of content. I think you guys would enjoy it. But signing off for now, Woo Pig Suey.
That's all for today's episode of All Hogs Sports with Sam Stimson. Make sure to stay tuned for the next episode covering all Arkansas Razorback sports. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on social media too. On Twitter and Instagram at All Hogs Sports Pod. Like on Facebook at All Hogs Sports and Arkansas Razorbacks Podcast. And on YouTube at that same name. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Go Hogs!